So this is just going to be a quick review about lung volumes. So essentially this is just a graph of your normal breathing right here, and a deep breath and a deep exhalation right there. And so on your y-axis right here, it's liters, right? All of this is measured in liters, and so it starts from 0 liters all the way to 6 liters. So just talking about everything over here, we have our tidal volume, which is the normal in and out motion, right? And so tidal volume is just the air that moves with quiet respiration. It's essentially what you're doing right now. And so just the rhythmic motion can help you remind you that it's tidal volume, right? Because the tide goes in and out. And so rhythmically, and so that's how you can remember the first component of this graph. And so the next part is pretty self-explanatory too. So it's the inspiratory reserve volume. So it's the amount of air you can breathe in, right, after a normal inhalation. So how much reserve do you have of inspiration? And so that's pretty straightforward too. Same thing with this. It's kind of the opposite of that, but after your expiration, what's the max amount you can expire, right? What's the reserve volume that you can expire? And so the final one is the residual volume. So after you've expired, how much air is left? So that's essentially the residual volume. And so we've already gone over all 4 of these. And so these are capacities. And so what we can do for here is just explain what each of these are composed of. And so the first one we'll go over is inspiratory capacity. And so inspiratory capacity is made up of both tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume, right? So what does that mean? It's just the air inhaled after a quiet exhalation. So after you exhale, right here, like how much more can you go up? Because remember that inspiratory reserve volume is from here to here, but then inspiratory capacity would be all the way down here, all the way up here. And so that's inspiratory capacity. The next one is going to be functional residual capacity. So it's going to be ERV and RV. So all that means is that it's the air left after a quiet expiration, right? So it's after you quietly expire, how much air is left. So it's all of that. So ERV and RV. So next we'll move on to total lung capacity. So that's pretty straightforward. It's just everything. It's the volume in a lung after max inhalation. So it's all these combined. And then finally we have vital capacity, which is the max volume that is expired after a max inspiration. So this is essentially when you try to blow out a candle, because you take in a deep breath and then you expire as much as you can. So that's all that is, the max volume that is expired after a max inspiration. So that should make some more sense now, but just to have a quick reminder, an acronym, how I think about it is IFT or IFTV, just to remind me of what the capacities are, and then how I remember the individual components, just in case you blank out on a test, is for I, right? It just goes along with the chart, so you can just quickly sketch this out. And then for the volumes, you can just remember ITER, right? And so ER, and so that should trigger you to remember the different volumes within the capacities. And so for this, IFTV, and then for the volumes, ITER. And so for this, we have, for the I part, for IC, it's just following this graph, so it'd be just IT. For F, it'd be ER. And then for T, total lung capacity, that's pretty straightforward. It's just everything, so tier, right? And then for vital capacity, which can be a little confusing, I just remember that's without the residual volume, so it'd be TI. So that's just a quick way to remember all these different formulas if you ever blank out on a test or a quiz or something. So I hope that helped, and thanks for watching.